How you doing? In this video, I'm going to show you how to sort out panels in your design interface. Stay tuned. First thing you gotta know is that panels are not fixed, right? They're not fixed there. They can move. They're just mobile, right? You can move them everywhere. You can just remove them from the panel board. As you can see, just grab, move them. You can just literally place them anywhere you like, okay? You see that? You can remove them until the board is no longer there. You see what I'm saying? And you can just come up here, click on this workspace icon, and then you can reset. See that? Reset graphics and web. Graphics and web is the workspace that I'm on right now, right? Click here and it resets. It puts everything back to where it was, right? It's not only mobile, but then it's also sizable. You can size it like anyhow you want, right? You can size it anyhow you want. Bring it down. You can literally bring it in the middle like that, okay? And you can just size also the icon panel. You see that? Yes, you can bring it back like this, right? Rather, let me just reset it, bring back everything how it was. And then another thing, you can just move every group here, or rather every panel here, to any panel board, right? For example, I can move the layer in this icon panel right here and make it an icon. See, now it's an icon. I can click here, stretch it out like this, click here, you know, show, not show, show, hide, you know. Also, you can remove any panel and place it as another row of panel board. See that? Very flexible. You can remove one in the group, because 1, 2, 3 is a group, okay? You can remove it and also add it as a panel board, okay? Click these two arrows to close them, right? Or rather bring them down and make them as icons. You see that? Yes. Come back up here and reset. Another thing I want us to look at is the menu, right? Now, before we look at the menu, let's talk about the grouping, right? How do you group this controls right here? How do you group them like this, right? Because you can simply ungroup them by click and drag and placing it everywhere. So now it's not part of the group, right? Or you can just click and drag and put it on another group like this one, right? You can place it here. Now make sure the selection is all over like this. It's a square, not this. When you do this, you're just putting it under that group, right? When you do this, you're putting it as part of the group. So now the paragraphs is here and it's part of this group, okay? You could also take this one that's floating and make it part of another group like this one. See, now it's layers and glyphs. Okay, what I'm saying? You could always bring it back to where it was, etc., etc., right? Now, if you wanna put it as its own thing, for example, let's say you wanna add, right? You wanna add another panel of something else, right? But then you don't want it to be group of any of this. All you gotta do is come up here in Windows. Now, the window menu is full of anything that's a window. The panel is the window. Everything here is a window. So you get a lot of panels here. And let's say maybe you want brushes, right? Brushes. Now the brush would appear, well, as an icon, right? But you can also always remove it and put it in between, right? Or under, or in between, or on top, whatever. But then let's say you want to put it in between. you gotta make sure the line, what's the word? Highlight, right? It's just a one line highlight, and then you let go like this. So now you see it's part of its own group, right? It's not grouped with the other things. You get what I'm saying? That's how you operate, all right? Now, you can add whatever amount of things you want to add, whatever amount of panels you want to add, okay? Whatever amount, whatever, okay? You cannot add something that's already there, but then, you know, you could add, right? Now they're everywhere. You can move them, place them here and all that. Now, when you're done, you want to fix everything, reset, and everything goes back to normal, right? Here's another one before I come to the menu. Here's another one that I want to show you, right? It's called timeline, right? This is a panel called timeline. Timeline would always appear below, okay, below, because timeline is used for animations and videos, video editing, right? Photoshop can edit videos, by the way. I always tell people this and they look at me crazy, right? Photoshop can edit videos. I have a video in this channel where I edit videos, right, with Photoshop. So subscribe to get that video, subscribe and stay tuned, right? Yes, again, all I'm trying to say is they keep it down here because that's how most video editors, video editing programs look like, right? They put it down here so you can see the timeline and blah, 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 right? But you can move it in Photoshop, you can move it everywhere, put it up here, you can always stretch it if you want to. You know, you can do whatever you want with it, okay? End of the day, this is how you play around with panels, okay? They are flexible, right? But then you come here, right, to every panel menu, right? And you right click, right? When you right click like this, it shows you how to close the panel, right? Now when I click here, I'm closing the panel, right? Here is closing the group, the tab group, right? So right now everything would close, right? Let me reset this so I can show you exactly what I did. Right now I'm on characters, right? And if I do this, close, I just close the character, not everything else, right? But if I wanna close everything, like the whole group, right? Like this one, 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna say right click and close tab group. So everything is closed, everything is gone. You see that? Yes. Let's bring it back again. Reset. All right. Now let's look at this menu, right? This menu, when I click, see here, there's nothing here. Okay. I didn't click this controls. I just click here where there's nothing, right? Now you get a full menu, right? With the minimize and the close tab and the whatever, right? So when you minimize, right? You minimize the whole group, so you can give space for the other group right here, right? But you could always bring it back by just clicking in any of these options, right? Another thing, collapse to icons. When you click here, you collapse it to icons. You make it icons. So to access it, you gotta click it so it extends like this. See, it extends like this, it extends. It has a little space here to show that these are groups, right? Same as below. You click on these 2 arrows right here, you bring it back to normal, right? And then we have auto collapse to icons. I don't mind this, it doesn't make any huge difference. But then you have interface options. Interface options is simply these options right here, but then it just gives you a window to sort of make it look a little formal and organized, you know what I'm saying? Yes. But then when you click in any of this right here, in any of this, right click, it gives you a sort of a different option vibe, okay? Right now you see I don't have the minimize option, right? Let's try paragraphs. I don't have the minimize option. Glyphs, I have the minimize option. See, now I have the minimize option. So it's all different to every option you pick. See, some have minimize, some don't have minimize. And then one thing that you've been asking questions about is this burger icon menu, right? This doesn't really have much to do with the panel per se, the panel board, or rather the panel container. It doesn't have anything to do with the panel container, right? This is for whatever option you click. Right now I'm on glyph, and I click here, I'm gonna get stuff, selections, options about the glyphs. I click on paragraph, I click here. This is all paragraph stuff, okay? You can get like close tab group, but these are just the only options that you can get that involves the whole panel container, right? Character, I click here. This is about characters, all right? Properties, I click the menu. This is for properties. Sometimes it's not a lot, as you can see here. Layer, compositions, see? It's all about where you are, where you clicked, all right? It's different menus for everything. You get what I'm saying? So don't mind this for the icon, the panel container, right? Yes. Now, one thing I can show you before I go to the workspaces quickly is the tool panel. You can also move it. A lot of people didn't know this. You can move the tool options like this. The tool panel. See, you can move it. You can literally put the tools on the right hand side like this. You see that? You can move it because it's part of panel too. You could click these two arrows and you could put it maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. It's just flexible. Nothing is really sticked on Photoshop. Okay, great. And then up here on workspaces, right? Whichever workspace you select would give you an arrangement of panels as the workspace requires. For example, 3D is going to give me 3D stuff, right? What else we have? Motion. It's going to give you motion stuff. As you can see, I have timeline down here, right? What else we have? Painting. This is for the painting stuff, right? As you can see, I have brushes and a lot of colors and brush settings and things that are quick access for painting, right? Photography. This is just a simple, straightforward workspace right here, right? But still, that doesn't mean you cannot change this artboards and workspaces, right? You could change them. You could still do the same thing. You could remove them, play around with them. You could stick them where you feel. You can extend them. You could add whatever things you want to add. You could play around with whatever you want to do. Honestly, you could do whatever you want to do. It's still opened, right? Still open. It's not limiting you of anything at all. Okay? Now, if you watched until this far, it shows that you're really serious in this and you really enjoy my tutorials. So put a like, put a comment, subscribe, and share it to a friend. See you in another one.